see, how did I get into track? I was a very active kid from like age 5, and I've done literally just every other sport: volleyball, basketball, soccer, figure skating. My number one love was gymnastics. I did that for 8.5 years. So, people, it was funny because they just always ask me when I was little, oh, when are you going to the Olympics? Like, I was a pretty good gymnast, but I got way too tall, and being too small for basketball, I was definitely too tall for gymnastics. So kind of moved out of that path, and in high school, I was literally like, I still flip around. My coach hates it. It's like ingrained in me now though. But in high school, it worked out because I was flipping around, doing my little gymnastics split legs around the track. Freshman year, and like our jumps coach saw me, and she was like, "Oh wait, can you come just demonstrate that for my triple jumpers really quick?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Didn't know what triple jump was, had no idea. And so, a little split leaps. Okay, cool, moved on. And, at that time I was a sprinter and a high jumper, actually. And my doctor said the one thing I could not do in life ever, I had really bad knees and ankles, would be a jumper. Go figure. But, my high school coach also, our head coach did not want me doing the long jump triple jump. And she was like, she's going to hurt herself, and even for the relay teams, blah, blah, blah. Mom called him up and was like, just let her try it. Like, she wants to try something new, and that's kind of how I got in all the other sports I was in. I just wanted to try new things. Like, sports was fun. I wanted to experiment and just go there and just try something. And it worked out. I didn't know anything about, college scholarships at the time, and I just did it because it was fun. I loved jumping around. It was the closest thing I had to gymnastics. And getting a really good private coach in high school, so I stuck with it. And it's definitely kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things. I mean, kind of like Sharon, I've seen the world. I made my first junior world team when I was 16. We went to the Bahamas and Jamaica, and then every year after that, I've just been all over, everywhere. So that's something I never would have done if it hadn't been for track. Got a full ride to Stanford. And I think sports for me just taught me a lot of dedication, and I have a lot of discipline, and which carried over to my studies. And for me, why my parents got me in sports was because I needed that time commitment. Because then that time commitment forced me to be more regimented with my studies and help me with time management. So the second they took me out of anything, it was like grades dropped, I became really bad, and they were like, can't do it with her. So keeping me in sports is one of the best things I could have done, and I think that's the big thing I love about track is there's so many different events to try, and it works for so many different body types. And I think starting out in high school, if you guys are any of you are freshmen and sophomores, I would experiment. I mean, tell how to find this niche. I dabbled with throwing things a little bit. That was a terrible idea. I always somehow aimed the discus at my coach's head, no matter where she stood. So yeah, I love track because I love that you can jump and run. I tell little kids when I work with my little babies, I can build sandcastles. That's what we do. We jump over cones, and I'm like, hey kids, who wants to come build sandcastles with me? So I tell people that I play in a sandpit for a living, and it's just fun. Having a lot of discipline, and like Sharon, I do love working with youth. I think I'm studying also to go to business school, and I really want to focus on working with girls specifically, ages 5 to 18, and kind of not just helping them get into sports and see my passion for it, but sports really did carry a lot. Not only people see that I'm an Olympian, and they want to know more about me from that angle, but it just kind of gives you a leg up. I think if you have anything that you're passionate about, stick with it and let other people know that this is what you're into, because it's going to set you apart. And it's going to give you a conversation starter. I mean, whether you're trying to apply for college or, even if you're just looking for a summer job, let people know your outside interests, school and academics, and just kind of, everyone's an individual, and things that you love, no matter what it is, how silly you think it is, that's really important.